Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. Today's video is going to be about some error 1970 quarters. But before we get into that, you might have noticed that I recently passed a cool milestone as far as subscribers. I recently passed the 20,000 subscriber mark. So that's quite an accomplishment. I'm definitely very happy and very proud of that. But more importantly, I'm also very thankful to the subscribers out there, everyone that's a member of the coin collecting community on YouTube. Special thank you for that. I had a YouTube channel a long time before I started making videos about coins. Then I kind of transitioned into making videos about coins. Thought it was really cool, very fun, and nice to interact with all the different coin collectors on YouTube. So I kind of stuck with it, and for about a year or so, I've been making these videos primarily about coins, and the quality has hopefully gotten better since I started making these coin videos. Looking back at it, some of them just made me cringe so bad as far as the audio quality, as far as the stability of the camera, the length of the video. It was all kind of beginner stuff, but I've gotten better, worked at it kind of every day or almost every day to try and make better quality videos, and hopefully you guys can notice that. The channel has grown. It just passed 20,000 subscribers, so it just kind of shows if you put in the time, the effort to make quality videos about coin collecting, your channel will grow and you will see the results. So if anyone out there is just kind of getting started with coin collecting videos, stick with it. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, but once you kind of get that snowball rolling, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and your channel grows and grows and grows, and it keeps just adding subscribers, and you get to meet new cool people as well. So special thank you for everyone who subscribes to the channel. Feel free to keep sharing it and recommending it to other people as well. All right, so thank you very much for that. Now let's get into today's video. You might have noticed a recent video I made about the 1970 quarter that was struck on a 1941 Canadian quarter. That has the Canadian quarter. You can see it on the reverse by dollar at the bottom. You can see that kind of the 41. So that's a real cool error. That's the 1970 San Francisco Mint. You can check out some other videos to get more information about that. But this video is going to focus on some other errors. So in 1970, there are actually a decent amount of errors out there. During the 1960s, they were changing up the coins a lot. So that's kind of my theory as to why the 70 quarter has so many errors. As you guys know, in 65, they took the silver out of the quarter, so that was the first big change in the 1960s. And then in 1968, as part of the Coin Act that brought back the proof sets, they switched the mint mark to the front of the coin. So there are two main big changes in 1960s, and then in 1970, I'm guessing whenever you change the quarter a lot, you're bound to have some errors. So there's that 1970 S quarter struck on 1941 Canadian quarter. There's also a few wrong Planchet errors that are known out there, and there's some really cool ones. There's actually one error. There's at least one known error for all of the Planchets that they could have used pretty much. So there's a 1970 Denver Mint Planchet error that struck on a dime. There's one that struck on a nickel planchet, and there's one that struck on a penny. Now, the penny is worth the most. That one has sold for over $1,100. And kind of the reason for that is it's because it probably looks so cool, and it's probably the hardest to find. So what that looks like is it's a quarter design, but the metal content is that copper that you're used to seeing for the penny. So obviously the image on the obverse of the coin and the reverse isn't going to fit entirely onto that penny. So you'll just see kind of a partial print. If you imagine this right here being the die and the quarter being the die, that being the planchet, this kind of smacks down and you only get a part of kind of the image embedded onto the coin. So there's that 1970 Planchet error for the dime, nickel, and the penny. The dime would probably be the hardest one or excuse me, the nickel would probably be the hardest one to pick out, just based on the fact that almost all of the design gets onto a nickel from a quarter, except for just a little bit around the Liberty and the date at the bottom, but you can still make out that it is a 1970. Now, a couple other known errors out there. There's the 1970 Denver Mint that's missing a clad layer on the obverse. So what the metal content of these coins is a copper nickel clad like outer layer, thin kind of coating over a copper core. Now when you flip it over on its side, you can see the copper is showing through, because most of the coin itself is made out of copper. The outer layer right here is just that nickel clad. So there's a 1970 Denver Mint, which is missing the clad layer around the nickel clad layer around the outside. So what that looks like is you're just kind of like looking straight into the copper core. So that's a known error. And another one, the final kind of error that we'll talk about, is a quarter that was accidentally made out of tin. So that is a little bit different than the wrong Planchet error that we're talking about, because the size of it is actually the proper size for the quarter. However, it's made out of tin and not this copper core to it. So you can tell if it's made out of tin because it will weigh less than what the quarter should weigh. The quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. So if you have a quarter that weighs substantially less than 5.67 grams, it could be made out of the wrong metal content. So that would really be the jackpot as far as wrong metal content coins goes. Now, the only real way you can detect that is if you have a scale. So I'd highly recommend you can get a scale. You can get a scale pretty cheap on Amazon. So definitely do check that out if you suspect that you might have a wrong metal content or a wrong Planchet coin. All right, so I'll start to sign off. Thanks again, everyone, for subscribing. Just past the 20,000 subscriber mark. That really means a lot to me. So thank you very much. Hopefully we can keep going, keep it rolling, and keep these daily coin videos coming. To make the content as interesting as possible, feel free to recommend video subjects to me. That's probably the hardest part with making these, is trying to think of new stuff to make every day. All right, thanks everybody. Best of luck coin collecting. Enjoy.